Hey, it's Chris Harris Jr. I want to give a shout out to the Soden
You're not
Bowl.
picking up
They've been
the.
on Madden Online franchise on the Xbox since 2009, and I just want to give them a big shout out. Go to SodenBowl.com and check them out, and check them out on YouTube. I know it's probably the best Madden players around, so go out there and definitely pub them up.
And welcome, Soden Bowl, to Super Bowl 94. I am your host, S. Soden, and I am here with a special guest who is going to call the play-by-play. Colids, what is going on, sir?
Not much, not much. Excited to, switch it up and be the one calling the play-by-play. Try something new. Hope everyone enjoys, but we're going to have a really good matchup. Two solid guys.
Yeah, so we have the 10-6 Miami Dolphins, coached by Mr. Witness 36. Kind of the Cinderella story of Soden Bowl, if you will. He was able to get in. We had some teams that were ranked above him in the AFC, mainly the New England Patriots, coached by T. Hoyt, and then myself with the Denver Broncos. Both 1 and 2 seeds were both upset in the first round, won by Mr. Witness. So he gets in. He is the AFC representative. And then we have the story of Soden Bowl, someone that I didn't think anybody was going to beat. Kylo hugs and kisses, 14-2, and his Green Bay Packers are back in the Super Bowl. What's your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, for starters, I definitely think that Kylo has a little bit of an advantage here. He's been calling a lot of the AFC playoff games, and so I think last night he watched Dolphins go against the Colts, and we sat down and we analyzed it. So I think as far as who's got who's more prepared, who's got the better pregame advantage, I'm gonna have to say Kylo. But Dolphins has been extremely surprising. His running game on offense has been huge. His defense has played excellent. So I don't know. Dolphins is you can't write the script on the Dolphins because whatever you write, he's just going to change it up on you.
Yeah, he plays a good defense. Very solid middle linebacker play from him. He has a good ground attack. I was looking at the stats earlier. He does have 1,000-yard back with Balaj, and then he's done good with Murray, as you said before, and a very solid defense. But to me, I want to know, how is he going to slow down this Green Bay Packers offense that was just on fire in the NFC Championship game versus a very good Eagles defense?
So I think what Kylo does, very well on offense is he switches it up. He's got a huge variety in his playbook. Excuse me, huge variety in his playbook that gives him the option to come out in sets and formations that you would have never thought he'd come out in. But the thing about the Dolphins, their defense is fifth in yards, fifth in passing yards, 11th in rushing yards. They still don't give up more than 76 rushing yards a game. It's a tough team. I think the competition all year that the Dolphins has had to play against, hasn't been to the caliber of what he's going to face tonight. But he's one of those guys, just like a lot of the other ones that kind of play up to their competition or play down to their competition. When they play a team that's not too great, they seem to struggle. But when they're their season's on the line or when it's a big game, they always play up and call a really good game. I think it's going to be key for them to stop the dump off passes because I know Kylo is going to, go towards that. I think he's got Le'Veon Bell now, so it's the perfect running back to dump the ball off and to kind of play in that type of offense. So he's just going to have to watch that.
Yeah, to me, Kylo is just a force back there. So, he's so smart with the football. I was actually surprised when I looked at the stats. He has 24 touchdowns with Aaron Rodgers and 20 interceptions. That one surprised me because he's not one to normally throw interceptions.
Yeah, so the one thing I noticed in yesterday's game with the Colts and the Dolphins, there were a few turnovers. I think there was one fumble and then two interceptions. So that game kind of stayed in control. Kyler Murray over the course of the year, he only threw, I think it was 16 interceptions. So he doesn't turn the ball over. But then looking at Kylo as well, he's really, really, he protects the ball well. He doesn't, throw too many. He's got 20 interceptions there. So it's nothing crazy. It's Madden. I've seen people with 47, 57 interceptions in a season. Turning the ball over. It just comes down to certain games, I guess. And then the sack fumble thing that you can't really control. It gets tough. So as far as turnovers, I think it'll be a fairly even game. I think each team will probably have one, maybe two at most. But I don't think it'll really affect this game at all.
Yeah, so I think turnovers is going to be key to this game, and it looks like we're about 9 minutes away from kickoff here. 8:51 p.m. Eastern, 6:51 p.m. Mountain Time. This is our first Super Bowl broadcast here with myself and Kolids. So if there are any technical difficulties, my apologies. This is a first time for us. So hopefully everything goes smooth. I know I'm graced with the presence of Kolids, who calls a great play-by-play and has great analysis of the game. So I look forward to being able to call this game with you, sir.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Soden Bowl, all these leagues, just the content nowadays is amazing. I've been part of the community for 6, 7 years now, and when I ran leagues, we had nothing like this. So for this Madden, Madden 19, to really get that much more involved in the community and the step up that it's been for me. This is my first play-by-play, my second Super Bowl ever. I'm excited.
Yeah, and this should be a very good game. These two owners match up really well together. I really think that Kylo Ren is the odds favorite here, but I mean, all Mr. Witness has done all season long is just beat people he's not supposed to beat. And I don't know, maybe that makes him the favorite. I'm not sure, but I think this promises to be a good game, and I'm with you. Whoever wins the turnover battle in this game, I think will win the game.
Definitely, I think what it's going to come down to is really what we see Kyler Murray do against the Colts. He kind of stayed, within his zone. He didn't really scramble much out of the pocket. I think in order to beat Kylo, he's going to have to be a little bit more active on his feet. He's going to have to kind of create more plays than he did against the Colts. Nothing against the Colts defense, but I just think. The way the game was going, that he was able to stay in the pocket, and surprisingly enough, because the Colts were getting after him, there was, I think, 9 total sacks in the entire game. Um, so we'll see. The right side of the offensive line for the Dolphins is pretty strong. I was going over their offensive line yesterday in that game, and there's no issues. They really have Jawan James to round it out on the right side, Cody Ford, Laramie Tunzel. So they have an offensive line that can keep Kyler Murray upright. It's just a matter of, is he going to make the right throws? Is he going to be able to get out of the pocket and escape on his feet?
Yeah, and Le'Veon Bell. I think watching that NFC Championship game with Le'Veon Bell, man, he was phenomenal. I don't know if I don't know if the Dolphins are going to have an answer for him. I mean, he was all over the place in that NFC Championship game.
Yeah, so what I can expect to see from Le'Veon Bell is anytime that the Packers come out in the in a shotgun formation where they have a linebacker, a running back, or even a running back and a tight end lined up next to him, watch the flat with Le'Veon Bell. This is going to be the area that he's going to really attack. With the dump off passes with Le'Veon Bell, and I think that's the best way to utilize him. And that's really, from what I've seen and what I know about Kylo, he loves to play kind of a West Coast style offense. He's gonna, his drives might have 12 plays in it, and it might be a long drive, but he's gonna get down the field. He's not gonna try to go deep too much unless you start to give him those kind of looks that he can. If you start to think, hey, everything's gonna be a 4 or 5 yard, 5 yard pass play or a run play, just wait for it, because he's gonna hot route someone right down the deep and beat the safety.
Yeah, and that's a very good point. He's so tough there, and Le'Veon Bell has the great mix of speed and power too. So yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup, I think, too.
And the one thing is, we'll get to see a lot of the stuff that Kylo does. It will be his broadcast, so we'll kind of be thrown into the mindset of him a little bit. We'll kind of see how he goes through his progressions and he picks his plays. So that'll be kind of unique since he is, one of our top users in the league. And we'll kind of be able to see kind of the things that I've been saying already, where he kind of the offense and the style that he plays. One thing's for sure, watching him pick plays gives me a headache because he goes through so many different progressions and reads to get to the play that he wants to be at. But it's definitely interesting.
Do you have an early prediction here? Who do you think is going to win the game?
Uh, I I think Kylo right now is the best player in SBSL. I think he's tough to beat. I think we got a lot of good talent, but I don't know who would be able to beat him right now. I really don't. So my prediction is he's gonna win. Um, that being said, I think the game will not be as high scoring as some might, because I think that Kylo, as long as he can stop the Dolphins offense, he's not going to really be looking to get down the field too fast. He's just going to want to continue to control the ball, not run the clock or essentially chew the clock, but he's going to hold on to the ball. He's going to go through his progressions, and if he gets the lead, he's going to be in no rush to kind of get down the field or give the ball back, whichever option.
So, looking at the chat right now, welcome Grown Folks Online community. Guys, if you are looking for a PlayStation League, these guys are fabulous. I must admit, I love the OMFL. I love the content that they provide. Great shout out. He says, looking forward to this matchup. We're looking forward to you watching our feeds. We absolutely love the content you guys provide. Guys, if you are on YouTube right now, shoot them a sub. Grown Folks Online community. These guys absolutely rock. Go ahead and throw a link in that chat if you don't mind, Grown Folks Online community, so these guys can navigate to your guys' channel and go ahead and follow you guys as well. Absolutely love the content. So I asked for predictions in the chat. We have about 2 minutes until kickoff. Let's see. You're Blessed is predicting the Packers 24 and the Dolphins 10. Big prediction there. And looks like the Lurk God 201, he predicts the Miami Dolphins will win 34-31 over the Packers. Big upset in the making there. You know what? I think you inspired me, Lurk God. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick the Miami Dolphins in a low-scoring game. I'm going to say Miami wins 17-14 off of a late-game sack fumble on Aaron Rodgers, and then they line up for the game-winning field goal. So that's my prediction. Coledge, you have the Green Bay Packers, right?
I do have the Green Bay Packers as far as a score. 16-10.
Ooh, you're predicting a low-scoring game as well.
16-10.
A lot of these games have been low-scoring. My game versus You're Blessed was 6-3. I failed to convert on the 1 yard line with like 14 seconds to go. He made a brilliant defensive stand. A lot of these games have really come down to defense in Soden Bowl Sim League, and I absolutely love that. So I'm thinking, I agree with you. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game myself.
So I believe we are almost at that point. I know both teams are headed out onto the field. I know they're about to be ready, and we'll kick that off in just 1 second. Right before we get to that, I do want to go ahead and say the results of the Discord poll that we've done here in our servers. 9 people, including myself, think that Green Bay is going to win. And then 5 people think that the Dolphins are going to win. So only 14 votes, but everyone that does get out and votes in these, it's fun. It's something we've tried new for this playoff season. So I'm excited.
Yeah, so the Green Bay Packers are out on the field right now. The Miami Dolphins are still in the locker room here. So while we wait for these two guys to get out on the field, we have a little bit of bonus coverage. It is 9 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Mountain right now. We are waiting on Coach Mr. Witness 36 and his team to take the field. Once they do, we'll go ahead and send coverage down to the field. But while we wait for the Miami Dolphins, what team do you think this season surprised you the most?
That's a good question. Let me think here. As far as I think the Bengals came out really hot. someone that I really didn't know much about coming into the season. For the AFC, I would say probably the Bengals. But the Colts, we kind of knew were gonna solidify the division after we had Alpha leave. The Broncos and your team, doesn't surprise me that you guys won, and then with Hoyt over in New England. Doesn't surprise me at all. But what really surprised me is the Bengals. That's a tough division. You have the Ravens, who were right there for a spot. You had the Steelers, who were right there for a spot. And even the Browns making the playoffs, just not getting the job done when it really counted.
Yeah,
Um,
Rock really surprised me. And we are going down to the field, Colids. Not to jump on you here, but it looks like it is game time. Super Bowl 94 is about to kick off.
Alrighty, so we do have the kickoff here, and bon voyage. It's going to be a great game, guys. I hope everyone enjoys. Alrighty, so we're going to start it off here with the first play-by-play at the 26-yard line. We're going to have the Miami Dolphins get the ball first. We'll see what kind of Kyler Murray can do. I expect him to keep it slow.
Yeah,
get down the field. Don't really try anything too crazy. You don't want to set yourself up for a quick punt on the first drive. Just get down the field.
I agree here. A nice sustained drive. Something Miami has done well this season is mix up their plays and gobble up time of possession.
100%. But we'll see what they do here on the first play. They're going to come out in the formation. They have Dixon instead of Balaj, and they're going to carry the 3 tight ends. I believe it's Stills cut out wide left. They're going to hand it off right up the middle. He'll get a couple yards. Looks like about 8 yards, but he was touched by 3 Green Bay Packers there, so definitely we're ready for it.
It looked like he was only going to get a short gain on that play, but he kind of got hit from the back, propelled forward, so a good gain of 8 on first down here.
Yeah, definitely a good gain. I think, come out here again, run it up the middle, and just keep sustaining first downs, because that's really what you're going to need to build, beat the Packers. So let's see what they do on second down. They're going to come down in the I formation. This time it looks like they have Balaj. And yeah, he's going to hand it right off again, except he was waiting right there. Number 50. I'll get better with the names as we go along, but a run up the middle, gets no yards. Kind of the play that I would do there, but
yeah, 3rd and 2. Looked like they were going for the strip on that play. Good job by the Dolphins, by Balaj there to hold on to the football. A turnover here to start the game to the Packers would have been catastrophic.
Definitely. So now you like I said in the beginning, this is definitely not a position where you want to punt so early. They're going to come out in the 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver, single back formation. Definitely looks like they could be running it here, but we'll see. Kyler Murray's going to let the clock run down to about 6 seconds. 5. He's going to call an audible, and they will hike the ball. It's going to be a play action pass, and he's got the nice dump off right there to the tight end for the first down.
Yeah, and that's a great read by Kyler Murray there. That's a great play call, something safe. Let that rookie progress down the field and make a completion there. Shout out to Any Given Sunday. JPack, thanks for tuning in, bud. He says, Colid's on the call, so definitely giving you a shout out there, buddy. Any Given Sunday, guys, great Xbox One League. If you guys have a chance to check them out, they do a fabulous job with the CFM as well.
Yeah, Any Given Sunday, they got me back into Madden truly a couple months back when I was looking for an Xbox League. Those were the guys that got me set up. But we're going to start off with another 3 tight end set here. Single back, 3 tight ends. They're going to come out with them split wide, and he'll run right up the middle again to Balaj.
Yeah, that was a nice gain. Gain of 4 on the play.
So Balaj is definitely a character to watch. He's a bruiser. He's going to be able to shoot the gap right up the middle. He's going to be able to get to the outside as well. He's just an all-around great player for the Dolphins. He fits really well in this offense, and we'll see him come out here in the shotgun as well.
And he overthrows on the sideline there. Looked like he was a little late on that check down to the running back.
My apologies for being behind there, guys. I was looking at the YouTube chat and realized I was on the wrong stream.
Yeah, I've got the chat for you. He says, we have Randy Ardman says, Kilo, get that dub for NWS. So shout out to
All right.
NWS.
So
Yeah.
once again, we're going to come out with the 3 tight ends here. We got Derby Park. Oh, no, it's not 3 tight ends. Sorry. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and Balaj in the backfield for, once again, a single back formation. The Packers look like they're going to be heavy on the line there, but they drop back. He's going to dump it off, but it's an overthrown pass on 3rd and 6, which is definitely what you don't want. He was wide open,
and Kyler Murray did not set his feet there, so big misfire on 3rd down.
As far as the punt in this situation, I don't think it's the end of the world. You were able to get they got 15 yards from where they started on the 26. This is going to be a nice punt. They'll be able to hopefully pin them deep, but it looks like it's going to go past the end zone for the touchback.
Yeah, and now we get to see Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers take the field. I'll tell you, since they traded for Le'Veon Bell about midseason from the New York Jets, this offense has really opened up for me. So I'm really interested to see how they do against a very stout and solid Miami Dolphins defense.
I think if the Packers win, the MVP is going to have to be, what I assume it would be Le'Veon Bell, but we'll see what happens here as they come out in a single back, 2 tight end, two wide receiver formation, and they're just going to dump it off to Bell, who immediately brought down.
Yeah, solid defense, something Miami's known for. They jump that gap, they make that play, and that's the best way to defend Le'Veon Bell is just hit him before he can make that move.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Dolphins, they went out huge this offseason. They went out, and got Bobby Wagner. Everyone was trying to get him, and we see why. And it's part of the reason they're a playoff team. But Le'Veon Bell is going to take this one right at the middle. Breaks a couple tackles there. Kind of weird. Not sure what the AI was doing. But he gets 8 yards, sets him up for a 3rd and 2. This is where I think they're going to come out and gun and maybe do a Soden Bowl special where they do a draw. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Le'Veon Bell kind of a dump off.
Yeah, and again, this is something that Green Bay's done very well this season is they come out 1st and long, they don't get anything. 2nd and long, they play it safe, and they just get, make it a 3rd and short.
So it looks like they will come out on the 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver. They're going to pass it. You got a couple guys open. It looked like it should have been an interception, but Bryant will bring it out to about the 39-yard line as he goes out of bounds.
Wow, Aaron Rodgers really lucked out there. I don't think that linebacker saw that pass coming. That could have been a pick 6 on that play.
Yeah, he was just a couple. He felt he had to feel it on his fingertips there. I mean, he's definitely not happy about that one. But we see them come out in the shotgun. It's going to be a play action pass. He's got a guy over the middle into triple coverage almost with the zones, and it's just going to be knocked incomplete.
And Grown Folks says, Soden Bowl Network, where is the rest of your body? It is right here, buddy. My camera was a little low, so thank you for looking out for me. I know you wanted me to show off that figure, so there you go, bud.
So far, a little surprised that the Green Bay's been struggling, but they're going to go on a play action. Nope, it's not going to be play action. It's going to be a Le'Veon Bell run right up the middle for about 9 yards. Didn't look like he got the first down. 3rd and inches is going to be coming up.
And that's a Kylo hallmark right there. 2nd and long, do not force it. He runs the ball up the middle and makes a 3rd and short, 3rd and inches.
So they sit Le'Veon Bell on 3rd and inches. They got Ronald Jones the 2nd, and they're just going to dump it off to him. And he's actually going to get up the middle for about 10 yards there. So they're going to get to the 41-yard line, and they're going to start thinking about, as they get closer to the red zone, what plays are we going to do now? But going back to that 2nd down play, that's actually a single back ace formation, and they have a lot of plays in that one where they bring the wide receiver across the middle. He's going to be passing deep to Cobb here, who can't get it.
Yeah, that was a questionable throw by Aaron Rodgers, but it's something he's good at traditionally in the past. Great defense on the back end by the Miami Dolphins. You got to be careful if you're Rodgers. They do have Minkah Fitzpatrick back there, a ball hawking safety that makes big plays like that.
So yeah, he's going to have to be real careful with these throws. These guys are going to be able to jump any pass. But we come out in the shotgun formation with Bell split out wide right. He was open, but he's going to pass it deep to Bryant to about the 15-yard line. and the first down.
Great job by Kylo there. He looks for that short pass, then progresses downfield, ends up on his third read and finds a wide open Bryant.
Once again, coming out in a 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, shotgun formation with Ronald Jones to the right. And he's just going to dump it off here. Ronald Jones is going to, and he misses a tackle, but it ultimately brought down before he can get more than 5 yards. Good first down play, gets 5 yards, keeps the ball rolling. It emphasizes the run game now, so the Dolphins might not, might be on their edge of their seat a little bit later on. And once again, he's going to go back to that second down run. Le'Veon Bell is just going to get 2 yards here. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. I think he runs the ball again. I think he's just going to keep trying to pound it up the middle. You got Le'Veon Bell, you got the offensive line, and you have the opportunity to come away with points here regardless.
Yeah, how about this 1-2 combo here? They're averaging 6 yards per carry.
Definitely doing some nice things with the run game. It's good. But Rodgers going to be scrambling out to his right on this play. He's just going to dump it off. It looks like they're going to go ahead and take the 3 points. As far as the Packers, though, this is kind of exactly what we expected. We're gonna see them mix it up a lot. We're gonna see a lot of different personnel as they take the 3 points, and it is good.
And a shout out to Tosh and the XCFL joining us today, watching the game. Fantastic league, another great league, the XCFL. They produce some of the best content that I've ever seen. I mean, they go as far as to have actual owner interviews. I mean, it doesn't get more immersive than that. So just a great league, guys. If you're looking for a league, XCFL is one of the best around, but I don't think they ever have any openings. It seems like these guys roll in season in and season out with the same 32 owners, so that's absolutely amazing.
So we got a 1st and 10 from the 31-yard lines. The Dolphins will come out in a 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end formation with Balazs split out to the left. Looks like they're just going to hand it off. Nope, it's going to be a play action and easily going to be a sack right at the middle. Martinez.
Yeah, and Martinez had a brilliant Pro Bowl season for the Green Bay Packers at middle linebacker, somebody that the Miami Dolphins are going to have to pick up.
So they're going to come out again with the 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end with Balazs. No, they're not. We're going to wrap up the first quarter here. It's 3-0. It's the Super Bowl coming to you live from Soden and Colades. We're both excited to be here. This is my first time being the lead on a broadcast, so I hope you all are enjoying it. I couldn't do it without, Soden here, so appreciate him.
And King X Gaming says, "Go Pack, go!" Big shout out from the Arizona Cardinals owner, somebody who had a really good season. So go Pack, go.
So we come out on 2nd and 16. They're obviously going to be looking deep here. Nope, they're going to pass it off to Balazs, who gets up the middle, breaks a tackle, but is brought down right around the 30-yard line after a gain of 5.
I think Balazs made himself dizzy there with the double spin move. Shout out to the Beefinator Soden. My kid actually tuning in for the game, so shout out to him.
And he's right on the money. Oh, nope. I was going to say he's on the money with the 16-14, but he's picked the wrong winner there. But we're going to come back out again in shotgun formation, 3rd and 11 from the 30-yard line. He's got a couple guys over the middle. He's sacked, and it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Green Bay.
That is absolutely huge. Kyler Murray holding on to the ball a little bit too long, and he takes the sack. He's hit right in the face mask, coughs that ball up in the red zone. Green Bay is on the 20.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to let happen here. Mistakes are going to cost you huge in this game, but we're going to get a play action to open. He had a guy wide open. Rodgers had a guy wide open after the play action, but the pass rush was there, and that's why we had the bad throw.
Yeah, and that was a missed coverage on the outside, and Aaron Rodgers did not see him until it was too late. Green Bay had an easy touchdown on that play.
So once again, we see the Green Bay Packers come out in the shotgun with Bell set to the right or the left. This time he's to the right. It's going to be a slant. It looks like a deep slant with the comeback, and it's picked off at the 2-yard line.
Outstanding defensive play on that one. It looked like the comeback route was going to hook up, and then McCain, he just jumps that route, gets the interception, and saves the Miami Dolphins there in the red zone.
And this is huge. I can't stress enough how huge it is. To go down 10-0 in the Super Bowl or even 6-0 would have been tough. We'll see what they do here from the 5-yard line. They come back in the I formation with one tight end. Both wide receivers will be set out to the left, but we can expect a run here. Balaj. It looked like he almost broke the tackle there. He was going up to the left side of the middle. He gets 2 yards, gives him a little bit more space. 2nd and 8 is a little bit more manageable with having the extra yards.
Yeah, and that was a solid defensive play by the Packers. I think they were listening in on you in that one.
I don't think your witness is going to sit down and roll over here. I think he's still going to try to, play as if he's further down the field. So on 2nd and 8, he's going to pass, but he is going to get sacked at the 1-yard line. Daniels is coming in on the left side and just going to take him down. So we got a 3rd and 14 coming up.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, that is smart quarterback play there. He drops back, notices his back foot is in the end zone. He steps forward right away just in case he's going to get sacked. It's not a safety, and that's exactly what happens. He gets sacked, so we have a huge 3rd and 14 here. Ball on the 1-yard line.
3rd and 14, Packers are going to be sending the house. He's going to come out in the single back with 3 tight ends, 2 tight ends, 1 extra lineman set to the right. He's just going to try and pick up as many yards as possible, but he gets the first down and more.
Wow.
He gets a gain of 16.
Yeah,
off a halfback dive.
And it looked like Green Bay showed blitz and backed off into coverage. Nickel cover 3, cloud show 2. And the Miami Dolphins took full advantage of it, running right up that vacant hole, almost chasing the middle linebackers back for a first down.
And that was just, as far as the Green Bay Packers, I think they were a little too certain that they weren't going to try and pull a trick up their sleeve, that they would be desperate for the deep ball. Perfect play call. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line, and Martinez will pick up his 2nd sack of the game. We are at the 5:10 mark in the 2nd quarter, and the Green Bay Packers defense has 4 sacks and 1 fumble on Kyler Murray.
Yeah, he looks a lot like Clay Matthews in his heyday out there. He's just flying around.
I tell you what, it looks like the Dolphins get the message on offense because this time they have the tight end back there on shotgun with them. 6 seconds left on the play clock. He calls hike. He's got a man split out wide to the right, and it looks like he does get the first down before he stepped out, and he did. We will have a 1st and 10 from the 27.
Yeah, and Kenny Stills, a veteran wide receiver there, he makes the catch, gets his feet down, and has the presence of mind to lean forward and get that first down.
Yeah, Kenny Stills, he's been a giant factor for this Miami Dolphins defense, or offense, I apologize. Just a true number 1 on most teams, and Kyler Murray's probably best friend at this point. We got a guy in motion. Balaj up the right side is going to be taken down by Alexander.
Yeah, we have a 2nd and 4 here for the Miami Dolphins, who are putting together a nice drive coming out of the shadow of their own end zone. They were down at the 1-yard line at one point and able to convert and keep this drive going, and they are gobbling up a lot of time here in the 2nd quarter. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. We have the Green Bay Packers up 3-0 in Super Bowl 94.
Definitely. And that's, as to be expected, this was going to be a slow game from the start. Not many possessions, pending turnovers, but, this is kind of exactly what we signed up for. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Hands off to Balaj, who is stuffed in the backfield for a loss of 2 yards, which will bring up a 3rd and 6.
That was a big play by Green Bay. Way to shoot the gap. If you look at that, they actually sent the free safety on that one, trying to disrupt the rhythm of the Miami Dolphins. He does a good job. Miami now with a pivotal 3rd and 6 with about 3 minutes left here and a half.
Yeah, so it's no secret that the Dolphins have struggled to consistently get first downs. We've seen a lot of 3rd downs. They're going to come out in this 3rd down, this 3rd and 6. Single back formation. Kyler Murray's going to drop back. He has the same wide receiver open, tight end, as earlier when he missed the pass. But this time the pass will be complete for a nice 17-yard gain.
Yeah, and Kyler Murray, 3 of 5, 57 yards passing. He is making it very efficient. Shout out to the Maniac. He says, "What's up, Soden? What's up, buddy? It's nice to see you again."
He'll come out in the I formation, one tight end, two wide receivers split out to each side. He's continues to let the clock run down to 5-6 seconds. We got 10 seconds before the 2-minute warning. It's going to be a run right up the middle. Doesn't look like he gained anything there, and that will bring us into the 2-minute warning.
And Balaj already has 8 carries, 30 yards on the ground. So obviously the Miami Dolphins here are looking for a conservative game plan versus this Green Bay Packers team. Green Bay does possess a high-octane offense. They are the reigning NFC champs. They are, back in the Super Bowl. They were in Super Bowl 93 and now in Super Bowl 94.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a salute to the user, but not only and the team that he built. Maybe we need to get a little, we need to have some more competition in the NFC, but we got some great guys out there. Kyler Murray's going to take this shotgun pass. It's a slants play. Throws it right over Martinez, who possibly, if he jumped back, could have intercepted it, but it's going to be a 15-yard completion to Albert Wilson.
Yeah, and that was a nice throw. He put it, nice touch pass, throws it over Martinez, who wasn't looking, looked like he was trying to get back there and wasn't back far enough. And just a nice throw, nice read by Murray.
Yeah, I think with, under 2 minutes the second quarter, you haven't scored yet. You definitely need to put some points on the board here. I think that's why we see Kyler Murray start to scramble out to the right, try to extend the play and make something happen with his feet, which he obviously does with that beautiful throw. But they're going to come back out. He's going to hand the ball off to Balaj once again. Not much happening in the run game. 9 rushes, 31 yards. But with them continuing to run, what it does, it sets the defense up to not only expect multiple things to happen. You don't know if it's going to be play action now. His run game, although not truly too effective, has he's still relied on it. So you never really know what he's going to be doing.
And more importantly, that clock continues to run down to 58 seconds here for the Dolphins, who look to get within field goal range.
And I don't think he's too worried about the clock here. He's got 3 timeouts. He definitely doesn't want to give the ball back to the Packers. He's going to do a play action fumble, and he fumbles it. It's scooped up by Muhammad Wilkerson, the former New York Jet. That's just brutal. We're going to see a lot of interesting things here now. Yeah, we're going to see Le'Veon Bell get the ball a ton.
So Kylo comes out, and he wants to get pressure on Murray. He calls that crash one, and just a brilliant play by the defense on that one.
So I'm interested to see what Aaron Rodgers is going to do here. He's making some pre-call adjustments. It's going to be a pass play. He's got some guys going down the field deep. He dumps it over the middle to his tight end for the 9-yard gain. He's going to come out here and hurry up offense, 2nd and inches. Once again, another pass play. He's got some guys running deep. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's out right, and he's brought down before the markers.
Yeah, and that was a very interesting sack there. He's kind of swatted his foot from about 10 yards away. So saving play there, because it looked like Rodgers was going to pick up that first down.
It definitely looked like Rodgers was going to pick up the first down, but let's see how he comes out. He's coming out in, once again, the shotgun formation. He doesn't have Le'Veon Bell out there, which has been weird. He's relied a lot on Ronald Jones so far this game, but he's probably just going to hand it off here, which he does. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 4th and actually he loses a yard, brings up a 4th and 4.
And a great defensive stand by the Miami Dolphins there, forcing a punt with just 24 seconds left in the half. And he gets the punt away. It looks like it's going to land on the 5. They let it go, and it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So Miami will take possession here with about 17 seconds left to half. Do you think Miami tries to do something, or they take it to halftime?
17 seconds. You're lucky to get 2 plays and a field goal. I think you just take it to halftime.
So they're coming out in the victory formation here before half. Those of you watching, who do you think has been the most dominant here in the first half? Go ahead and post it in the chat so we can take a look at it.
And I just want to recap some of the first half stuff, since halftime gets skipped like that. Let's go over real quick. We have the Green Bay Packers defense, I believe, are up to five sacks now. Two of those have been strip sacks, where they've actually recovered the ball. Muhammad Wilkerson getting one, and I believe Martinez getting the other fumble. They've both been huge. Unfortunately, after one of them, Green Bay came out and threw a pick when they were in the red zone. So those are really kind of the momentum changers of the game. Nothing too crazy as far as scoring.
Yeah, to me, I think Martinez has been the force here in the first half. He's got a couple of sacks. I believe he's got that strip fumble. So that Green Bay defense is shining right now, and we have a halftime lead of 3-0. Green Bay Packers, the 14-2 Green Bay Packers up 3-0 against the 10-6 Miami Dolphins, and we are live for the second half.
If anyone took the over, I just want to say you probably made a bad bet.
Yeah, and it looks like the Maniac agrees with me. Martinez is the first half MVP.
Alrighty, let's see. They're gonna just hand it off to Le'Veon Bell here. Fresh set of legs, and he gets up the middle, and there's no one to catch him. The 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, Green Bay.
And Le'Veon Bell turns on the Jets. Outstanding hole. And this is something that Green Bay has done very good all season. They really kind of lull you with those runs up the middle, and then they get one good block, and Le'Veon is gone. The kick is up, and it is good. Green Bay leads 10-0 in Super Bowl 94.
We didn't see much of Le'Veon in the first half. That's something we saw a lot of Ronald Jones. And really, for both teams, the run game didn't seem to be so effective. So to come out, the first play, 10 seconds into, the final two quarters, we have a 75-yard run by one of the best running backs, in football. So definitely something that we wanted to see.
And it was interesting because they were displaying Jones, using Jones a little bit more, keeping Le'Veon fresh, and all of a sudden Le'Veon hits you for a 75-yard run. Changes the complexion of the game in one play.
Alrighty, and we're going to have Balaj. They're going to come out and try and do the same thing. They're going to have Balaj come out and run it. The last three runs for Balaj, he's actually lost yards. A gain of 0, a gain of -2, and then a gain of -2 there. So it's definitely not working out the way they want it. 3 back-to-back-to-back runs, losing yards. They're going to have to start passing it. I hope they're not too afraid to pass it. I think, they've been very comfortable with the run, but they're going to have to change something up.
And welcome to the game. I never do anything. He says he picks Green Bay here with a 10-point lead.
So sorry to almost speak over you there. I apologize about it. We had a play where Kyler Murray just took off for a 5-yard gain. Nothing really open. We had the cover 2 invert with, on defense there.
And that's a good gain of 5 here. We got a huge 3rd down and 5 for the Miami Dolphins.
Makes it manageable. We got 3 split out left with the tight end to the right. Balaj will get the play action fake, and Kyler Murray just not making the throws today. I mean, he's 4 for 7, but 3 real ugly incompletions.
Yeah, and Coach Mr. Witness looks like he's pretty upset on the sideline there. That should have been an easy completion. Great read, horrible throw.
Yeah, I mean, that's the second time, on 3rd down that they've been forced to punt just based off a bad throw. Both times, he's had his wide receiver wide open. But they punt the ball, and Green Bay will get the ball at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and this is a big possession here. Big defensive stand for the Miami Dolphins. They need to get the ball back here. There's only 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
We're going to come out in a strong formation here. It looks like it's play action. It is. You had a guy blitzing from the right side. He dumps it off to Bryant. And he fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Miami Dolphins.
And that is absolutely huge. Obviously, the dump off to Bryant there. Bryant tries to get the first down, and he is stripped by Minkah Fitzpatrick, and the Miami Dolphins are in business. Ball on the 26-yard line.
So I got to give you some credit here, Soden. You said before the game that turnovers were going to be huge. I thought that it'd actually be a much cleaner game, but they can't hold on to the ball. So let's see what Kyler Murray can do. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. He's making some pregame adjustments, and he's going to hand it off to the left side. He tries to make a move, but he's ultimately taken down right afterwards.
So a gain of 1 on the play here. If I'm Miami, I play a little conservative. A field goal gets you right back into this game. You don't need a touchdown. You need to make this thing a 1-score game, in my opinion.
The Dolphins definitely have been playing very conservative all game. I'd like to see them kind of, spread it up, open up their playbook a little bit more, which they seem to be doing here. They got 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end in the backfield with Balaj to the left. And he's going to dump it over to the middle to Kenny Stills, I believe, who catches it right about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a nice play. Good job of, making that reception, putting his head down, taking the hit. They are in business, 1st and goal on the 8-yard line.
Yeah, and this is when once again we're going to see the Dolphins are not going to abandon the run. They're going to let's see, we got Balaj back there with tight ends to the left and a fullback to the left. Green Bay is going to bring in the heat here. Sorry, but we're just going to see them continue to run the ball. And Balaj is going to get the middle, and he bounces off his own tight end for the touchdown, which brings us to a 6-10 game.
Yeah, nice play call. He goes with the halfback stretch there, off tackle, avoids the rush, and the only guy that had a chance at making that play was his own guy. And nice job. So the Miami Dolphins are on the board. Super Bowl 94, 10-7, sponsored by Allied Plumbing and Heat, a name you can trust.
Definitely. If you're in the Colorado Springs area, there's only one company you should be using.
And that's Allied Plumbing and Heat, guys. Check them out at alliedphllc.com. And this is a big pivotal drive here. Green Bay coming off the turnover. That is now 2 turnovers that Green Bay has really given up here. The Miami Dolphins getting back into this game here.
Definitely, and I think we've seen kind of the effects of what turnovers can do in this game. Let's see, but they're going to be passing it deep, and he's got a guy wide open down the middle. His tight end to Valve, who's going to get to the 43-yard line. So a big play on 1st down, comes out, knocks out 32 yards.
Did you see that pancake by the right tackle over there? Oh man, he absolutely destroyed that defensive end. Gave Aaron Rodgers all day to throw.
Yeah, just all around a broken down play for the Miami Dolphins defense. You lose the pass rush right away, and then Devolve just gets free on what looks to be kind of like a bench route up the right side. But we got a 1st and 10 from the 43. They're going to hand it off to Le'Veon Bell. Immediately wrapped up. Gain of 2 yards, 3 at most.
And Le'Veon's closing in on a 100-yard game. 6 carries, 98 yards, and a touchdown for Le'Veon.
Yeah, you take away that 75-yard run, though, and it's really been, the Miami Dolphins defense has done a great job. All but one play, but it's a play-action pass, and he's going to get – nope, he does not get sacked. It almost looks like the defensive, pass rusher, for whatever reason, froze, but that should have been a sack. That should have been a big sack.
Yeah, and that is something that Aaron Rodgers has done so well throughout his career. Just avoiding that pass rush, giving himself a little bit extra time. This time, he smartly throws that ball away. Don't take the sack. It's 3rd and 7 here. Very makeable 3rd down. If he takes that sack, it makes it a 3rd and long. So definitely a good play by Aaron Rodgers.
And so what that play he had was it's a single back ace formation. You have the wide receiver come over the middle on a play action, and it's absolutely one of the best plays I know. But he's on 3rd and 7, is going to drop back. He's going to throw it right over the middle to Bryant. He's had the completely open on the slants, and we're going to actually have an injury to Le'Veon Bell here, which is going to be huge.
Yeah, that is a huge injury. Stay tuned to see what happened to Le'Veon on that one, but Bryant's having himself a good game here, minus that fumble. 5 catches, 75 yards for the Packers tight end.
So, yeah, definitely not the play that you want to lose your star running back, and his entire option, or, he was supposed to block he was a blocker. He had no route to run. He had nothing. So whoever came in must have laid a really big hit on him to take the wind out of him. But we'll get a run here on 1st and 10. Ronald Jones picking right up where Le'Veon Bell left off for his 4th rush. He gets 4 yards.
And Randy Ardman says those tight ends of Green Bay, yeah, they are having themselves a game. Minus that fumble, though. That fumble was huge.
That fumble was huge.
So we have a 2nd and 6, ball on the 16-yard line, about 3 minutes left in the third quarter for the Packers.
And he's going to hand it off to Ronald Jones, who gets stuffed by a few and then finally taken down. Gain about 1, but we do have some injury news on Le'Veon Bell. I think Soden, you've heard from the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, and it appears to be back spasms. He is questionable to return. The Green Bay Packers, they do have Jones back there, so it'll be very interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it takes away a whole dynamic part of your offense, just his skill set. But Ronald Jones is someone that can step up and fill that void. We have Cobb coming over in the play action. We'll give the ball to Ronald Jones, who breaks off a defender, breaks free again, but ultimately taken down at the 9-yard line.
Yes, but more importantly, he gets a first down on the play. Looks like the defense was not set on the play on that one. They were moving around at the snap of the ball. So great read by Jones and a good job of getting the first down.
Yeah, and we could definitely see that the Miami defense is getting tired. The Packers just keep going play after play. Here they bring Brian in formation, give the ball to Jones. Excuse me, he goes right up the middle. Not too much going on there.
So Jones has 7 carries for 27 yards. Add that to the 98 yards running by Le'Veon Bell. And this Packers team is over 100 yards running with 1:48 left in the third quarter. In Super Bowl 94, 10-7, Packers lead.
So let's see what the Packers do here. They come out 2 tight end, 2 running back with Allison split out to the left. Second and goal from the 7. He hands it off to Darkwa. Orleans Darkwa, formerly of the New York Giants, gets to the 1-yard line.
And we have a 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line here. I would bet you anything that Kylo Ren, hugs and kisses. He's going to run the ball here.
Yeah, he's going right at the middle. It looks like, 2 tight ends on the right side, 1 on the left. Looks like he's going to kind of attack that right side. But we'll see what he's doing. Everyone on the line for the Dolphins, and they bring him down. It's going to be 4th and 1. 4th and goal from the 1, I should say. And they're going to go for it here. There's no reason not to for them.
Yeah, and this play is huge here for the Miami Dolphins because if you could have held them to a field goal or no points, it's still a 1-score game. If the Green Bay Packers convert a touchdown here, it's going to make it really tough. It's going to be a 16 or 17-7 lead here with just 34 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, and I just want to go back to say that the Dolphins started at their 1-yard line before, so it won't be anything extremely new to them if they stop him here. But it's going to be 2 running backs, 1 in motion, and he's going to pass it left, and it's an incomplete pass.
And
so the Dolphins will get the ball.
And great defense, sitting in the cover 2 invert, looking for that flare on the outside. The Miami Dolphins take over on the 1-yard line again.
Yeah, so we've seen the Miami Dolphins start from their 1-yard line before. They got about midway down the field until the drive stalled, but they almost had the safety. So interesting to see what they'll do here. They'll probably hand it off to Balaj on the right side. 1st and 10, 16 seconds left in the quarter from the 1-yard line. They hand it off to Balaj, and he gets stuffed he gets to the 1-yard line. It should have been a safety. It looked like he almost got sacked or tackled in the end zone, but forward progress will get him to the 1.
Yeah, and again, the whole ball has to be in the end zone for it to be a safety. If any part of that ball is breaking the plane, then it is not a safety. So they are very fortunate. Somehow they lose a yard on the 1-yard line and still have the ball on the 1-yard line there. So
yeah, they lost the yard, but they didn't actually get into the end zone. So I'm sure they're very happy about that. You can see the ball peeking right over the end zone there. You can't get any closer to the end zone here. They're going to bring an all-out blitz. We're going to have Balaj in the backfield, 1 tight end, two wide receivers to the left. They're actually going to pass it. It's going to be a quick pass, almost intercepted by is that a defensive lineman? It must be.
It is. It's Daniels out there off the end. Does a great job of picking up the running back. We have T. Hoyt in the chat. He says, Darkwa is a freak. He is. Super Bowl 92. Darkwa was on fire for T. Hoyt. Any Given Sunday says good game, but he needs to hold him to 7.
Alrighty, and we got 3rd and 11 from pretty much the end zone. Everyone besides the center, is in the end zone. So let's see what we do. It's just going to be a handoff right here. And they'll get 2 or 3 yards, give them a little bit more room for the punter. But other than that, not the type of drive you'd like to see.
Yeah, and this is basically a shotgun punt here, so he's going to have to max protect on this one. And he gets the punt away. Kind of a short punt. Ball fielded on the 50. He juggles it. He's hit right away. Ball on the 49-yard line. Great field position for the Green Bay Packers. 7 minutes and 18 seconds left in Super Bowl 94. The Green Bay Packers lead 10-7 here on the Soden Bowl Network, only on YouTube Gaming.
Alrighty, and I do have a trivia I will be doing here. Unfortunately, we have no prize at this moment to give out, but first one to answer it in the chat will remember who you are, and we'll think of something to give it to you. We'll do that as we round out the fourth quarter here.
And that's a nice pass there. He throws the flag route to the tight end. He gains about 13 yards. Ball down to the 32-yard line here. So my Green Bay knocking on the door with about 6 minutes and 48 seconds left in the game.
So, yeah, Green Bay, they're going to try to get into, they are already in field goal position when it looks like. They're going to give the ball to Jones, who's actually, it looks like he lost a yard, but Madden's going to be generous and make a gain of 0. The Packers were just in the red zone. The Dolphins held them to a goal line stand. This time around, you got to think that the Green Bay Packers will settle for whatever points they can get. It'll still keep it a one-possession game. So as far as the Dolphins, it'll be a win to come away with even a field goal.
Yeah, and Tosh says that him and Kilo actually met in some AFC earlier in this Madden cycle, so it looks like these two have a bit of a rivalry as well. Rodgers back to throw. He throws it out to Jones, makes a play, and able to check down to Jones there. He does get a yard. He avoids that pass rush, so a big 3rd and 9 here for the Green Bay Packers.
So, yeah, I've definitely been surprised. I think that I expected, with Le'Veon Bell being out, it changes things up. But I expected a lot of these kind of dump off to the running backs in the flats. It's kind of what Kylo has preached as a mentor and a tutor as far as, helping other users in his shows, which are absolutely great. But we're going to come out on 3rd and 9 here, 5:28 and rolling. 30-yard line, fourth quarter, 10-7 Green Bay over the Dolphins. Rodgers going to step up to pass it to Bryant, who gets stopped, and it might not be enough for the first down, but it is. Madden will be generous here and award him with the first down. Bryant over 100 receiving yards in this game.
And that might be a play for Mr. Witness to challenge here. I don't think he's gonna, but that spot was questionable at best.
So if I think no, he's not going to do the play that I was thinking. It was a single back ace formation. Devolve is going to be wide open at the 5-yard line, however. 6-yard line, sorry.
And he gets that tight end cross again, something he's gone to here late in the playoffs. And in this game, he gets a 1st and goal, ball down to the 6-yard line.
So this is going to be a run. I just have a feeling it's Kylo specialty almost. He's going to come out, and he's going to hand it off to Jones, and it's going to be stopped for about a gain.
Yeah, so I think the Miami Dolphins have the Green Bay Packers right where they want them. They have held this Packers team in the red zone brilliantly, forcing a turnover back in the first half and then stuffing them on 4th down. So I'm wondering if Green Bay, if they're held here, if they're going to kick a field goal.
I think you gotta put yourself in a position where you just gotta take the points at this point. Play action pass. Rodgers gonna roll out. And it's intercepted at the 1-yard line by Bobby. And he was going down the field. Can anyone catch him? And he's brought down at the 26-yard line. Bobby Wagner, the number 1 free agent, went to Miami and has continued day after day, game after game to make a difference.
And the 60 double blitz comes up huge for the Miami Dolphins. I told you they had him right where they wanted him. That is now 2 turnovers in the red zone for the Packers.
Yeah, this is 3 total turnovers by the Packers. Uncharacteristic. I know Kylo is shooting himself in the foot. So much lost opportunity. Kyler Murray over the middle. Perfect
Oh.
pass. Incomplete.
And Kenny Stills does not come down with the ball there. He needs to make that catch. He needs to help his team out. 3 minutes and 32 seconds left in the biggest game of the year, Super Bowl 94. You are down by 4 points, man. You got to make that catch. So the Maniac says, wow, what a play and big hit. Yeah, crushing hit and great defensive play there by the Packers.
We have Kyler Murray, Balaj, and Derby set out to respective sides. 3 wide receivers split out wide, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. It looks like we have a cover 1 by the defense. It's going to be a slant pass. Kyler Murray's just going to try to pick up as many yards as possible, and he holds on to the ball, which is the most important thing.
And Randy Ardman says Murray is only 5 of 10, 66 yards deep into the fourth. Kyler Murray may actually finish with more yards running than he does passing here. Huge 3rd down and 5.
Huge 3rd down and 5. It's not a position where you would want to go for it on 4th down just yet, being that you're only on your 32-yard line. But you definitely need to pick up some yards. Play action, and it's just going to be sacked. Wow. Daniels off the left side has been unstoppable. We've seen him in the passing game, pass defense. We've seen him rushing, the passer. So he's been great.
I think if he gives the ball to Balaj there, he may actually pick up that 1st down. So 4th and 12 here. The Dolphins elect to punt with just 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. He gets the punt away. He's going down the sideline here, kind of a short punt, but out of bounds on the 37-yard line. 2 minutes, 13 seconds. Miami does have all 3 timeouts, but they have Aaron Rodgers coming out on the field.
All righty. And while we have a quick break, right at the 2-minute warning, the trivia question will be, there is combined 8 Super Bowl appearances by these 2 teams. How many total wins do they have combined?
Very good question here. So you're talking about there's 8 Super Bowl appearances in the NFL by the Green Bay Packers and the Miami Dolphins.
So yeah, since the merger, the Green Bay Packers have been there 1996, 1997, and 2010. And then the Dolphins have been there 71, 72, 73, 82, and 84. How many of those 8 have been Super Bowl championships by these teams?
The Maniac says 6, and Your Bless says F wins, and now 3, and Your Bless says 5.
So we do not have the right answer just yet.
And there's the give to Jones up the middle, and he breaks a tackle. Oh. He is still going. He is down to the 20, the 10, 5, and he will score. He dances in the end zone as it appears the Green Bay Packers have sealed this game. The extra point is up, and it is good. 17-7 Green Bay with just 1:51 left in Super Bowl 94.
So yeah, the Miami Dolphins, that's heartbreaking. There's still time to come back and obviously, do as much as they can to win. They got 3 timeouts, they got 151, and they have the talent. But besides 2 plays, really, there's 2 long runs. Le'Veon Bell had the 75-yard run, Ronald Jones with the 62-yard run, both leading to touchdowns. The biggest difference makers here. But let's see what Kyler Murray can do. He comes out in the shotgun, Balazs to his left. It's going to split out wide in the flats, and he's just going to take a sack. And wow, Daniels again, 3 sacks.
Yeah, and a great breakup there a couple drives before. Murray actually has to drive more yards for a touchdown on this than he has all game.
So let's see, 2nd and 15. The clock's rolling, and it's going to be tough. 1:30. Kyler Murray he's going to step back. He's going to stay in the pocket. He's got a deep pass. He's open. Does he complete it? He does, down the middle.
No, it is knocked away. Knocked away at the last second. Kenny Stills, you have to hold on to the ball. That is 2 huge drops there by Stills.
Yeah, it looked like he had it. But 3rd and 15, He's going to have to go for it here on fourth. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to go down the middle again to Kenny Stills, and it's just going to be tipped away. Getting a little desperate here.
Yeah, so that was actually 3rd and 15. Now we have 4th down and 15. Miami looking for some form of a miracle here against a very good Green Bay Packers defense.
So 4th and 15, the game on the line. Can Kyler Murray step it up and get a first down? He's making some pre-snap adjustments, telling his guys what he wants them to do. He's going to step up in the pocket. And just
he had him.
Interesting.
Yeah, he had him on that play. He did not help Murray out at all. That is the 5th drop by Miami Dolphin wide receivers on that one, and that is a game clincher. Green Bay will take over ball on the 20-yard line with 1:13 left.
And it looks like they're just going to, do their due diligence times up middle. Miami might not even call their timeouts. Doesn't look like they're going to. So we'll just get the QB kneel here. Ladies and gentlemen, your Super Bowl champion for the 94th season of Soden Bowl is Kylo and the Green Bay Packers.
Kylo Ren hugs and kisses, wins his first Super Bowl. He is now 1-1 in the Super Bowl. He lost in a heartbreaking game last year to T. Hoyt and the Oakland Raiders. This year, he wins in convincing fashion, 17-7 here, in just a really dominant defensive performance and a ground and pound attack offensively. And that is it. The confetti rains down on the field, and the Green Bay Packers are officially your season 94 Super Bowl champions. And who do you guys think takes home the Super Bowl MVP?
I'm going to have to give it to either Daniels here, myself, or even Martinez. But Daniels with the 3 sacks, the 5 overall tackles. We saw him match up against Ronald in the, Ronald the second in the flats. He was involved in almost every play.
I really got to take Le'Veon Bell in this one. That long run really kind of set the tone in this game. Busted this game wide open. He doesn't get 100 yards running. He gets 98 yards, but he does get that 75-yard touchdown. To me, that I think was the play of the game, and I think the performance of the game. If not, you got to give it to the Green Bay Packers offensive line. Having 2 long runs there, I think they closed in on about 200 yards running as a team on the ground. So just a good job by the Green Bay Packers. What say you, members in the chat? Who is your Super Bowl MVP? Post it in the chat so we can see who you guys think is the Super Bowl champion or the Super Bowl MVP.
I do want to thank everyone that tuned in. I've had a lot of people to kind of look at, learn from Soden, Alpha, Kylo, even some guys in, Any Giving Sunday doing their broadcast, The Void, just the entire Madden community. We're all a family, anyone that's not an SBL tuning in, I appreciate, you giving us a listen, you giving us your time, and, drop your links. We'll support you just as well.
Yeah, and congratulations to Kylo, and congratulations to Mr. Witness on a fantastic season. You came up a little bit short here. I think Kyler Murray kind of let you down on this one. Just a good season by the Dolphins. Nobody saw this one coming for Miami, so just a good job of getting to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, if you looked at the AFC going into this, I don't think the favorite was going to be the Dolphins, to be honest. Nothing against Mr. Witness, but, I think the odds were against him. So to get this far is a win in its own. He's a great user. He's been here since the beginning of Sim League, and I really enjoy having him around. I would have loved to see him, take down Kylo and win a championship, but I know that it's not going to be his last time in the Super Bowl, and we'll be able to do this again.
Yeah, and looking at Murray here, Murray 38.4% passing. Anytime you complete under 50% of your passes, you're going to struggle. and just throwing for 66 yards. I think that really let Murray down. And we have Coach Kylo Ren, hugs and kisses. Congratulations, man, on your first Super Bowl victory.
Yeah, thanks, man. Feels great.
So what were you what were you looking for coming into this game? What were you keying on from that Miami Dolphins that was able to just kind of shut that offense down?
Stop the run. I had the pleasure of watching Mr. Witness's game last night. I noticed just how often he utilized the run, like what I run when you're not expecting it, and I think I did that pretty well and forcing the pass when he didn't want to.
Yeah, and just, you did a great job on defense. Now, I got to give you a little bit of crap here, man. You normally do not turn the ball over in key situations. 2 red zone turnovers. What happened?
Well, the first one, Allison didn't break. The wide receiver didn't break like he should have. He was in cover 3. It was the right throw. Bad timing or bad route running, one or the other. And his corner kind of just jumped the route there. But on the second one, I probably should have just ran the ball there. It happens. Just trying to make a play there and seal the game with a touchdown. And I probably shouldn't have made that throw.
Yeah, so Ronald Jones II with 90 yards running and a touchdown. And then you have Le'Veon Bell with 98 yards and a touchdown. This 2-headed running machine that you have in Green Bay, are they going to be able to stick around next year?
Le'Veon Bell is the workhorse back, sure. I actually traded for Ronald Jones early in the season before I got Le'Veon Bell. So Ronald Jones was primed to be the guy. So it's just nice to see him step up like that. But I don't expect Ronald Jones to be around come off.
Yeah, and a godly 16.3 yards per carry for Le'Veon Bell. He did go down with back spasms. He was unable to return. Jones takes over. Those of you teams looking to free agency, Ronald Jones II on the biggest stage versus one of the league's best defenses puts up 90 yards, 9 yards per carry and a touchdown. I think he's going to be heavily sought after in free agency.
Yeah, if you look at that last run there, he just kind of put his head down. He's a speedy back, but he still put his head down and broke 2 tackles there, and just with his speed, which is uncatchable.
Yeah, and a brilliant job. So let me ask you this, Coach. Who was, in your opinion, your team's MVP?
I'd probably either say Harrison Bryant, who had something like 7 receptions, 103 yards, made pretty much every key catch that I could ask from him. I don't even think I had a reception to a wide receiver. It was all him, Seth the Valve in the passing game. So I would say either him or one of the running backs.
He did have that big fumble, though, that big fumble that let the Dolphins get kind of back in the game there. So I was thinking Bryant for the MVP, but that fumble just kind of distracted me a little bit.
So I want to come in here and give your witness a little bit of a nod here. What was the most challenging part of his team for you? Was it the goal line defense? Was it the what exactly did you find the most challenging that you might have not been prepared for since yesterday?
I would say a combination of the goal line defense, and it just kind of goes hand in hand with his persistence overall in the game. I feel like overall his focus was just there the whole time. And on offense, I wasn't stopping him the whole time. He was able to put together some decent drives that just had some unfortunate ends to it. But yeah, just his persistence throughout the whole game is kind of just like nagging as I tried to pull away. Something would happen, he'd come right back.
Definitely. Yeah, great user. We'll definitely expect to see him back and hope, at least the playoffs, if not the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, and that was a fantastic game all the way through. It was. I really thought that it was going to be a low-scoring game myself, and it was. But I'll tell you, there were some really, really good user plays in this game. There was the interception, a couple nice switch sacks where he switches to the guy at the very end. He hits him, some good user catches. Then there were some plays that kind of left something to be desired there, mainly by Kyler Murray. He had a couple really bad throws that could have possibly extended some drives, but such is football. You get that pass rush on Murray, and you have Daniels with like 20 sacks in this game, and you got Martinez, a.k.a. Clay Matthews, just wreaking havoc back there. And Murray, he just doesn't get his feet set, I think, because he's looking for that blitz, and he just throws the wild throws. So hats off to the Packers defense. And congratulations on a Super Bowl season. Any words in closing here, Kolitz?
Just want to say that Mr. Witness played a great game. He definitely could have won that if the ball went a few times either way. But just been a great season, and I'm excited looking to finish this Madden 19 season out strong.
So, Kylo, any idea who you're picking for Madden 20? Can you give everyone listening maybe an idea, or are you gonna keep that under the wraps?
So it's no secret if anybody has ever talked to me before. I'm a humongous Eagles fan. Have been since I was born. I'm from the area, so if they follow me, I'm picking that.
What pick do you have?
6.
Number
You
6.
just-
So those
okay,
of you
so-
those of you that are not tracking, we have a team draft that is based on our Soden Bowl points that are accumulated from various activity throughout the league this season. The highest ranking owners, they get the higher draft picks, and then the lower ranking ones, they fall in on the bottom. But we have a live team draft July 6th. Being hosted on YouTube Gaming, only on SBN. Shout out to the Alpha Heel 7. He's put in a lot of hard work with some of the graphics and production of this draft. It is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to be on the show with him and help broadcast this thing. I'm really interested to see what some of these owners pick for teams. So it should be a fun game. And also, shout out to the Tournament of Champions on the Xbox One on SBN. If you do not have a team yet, head on over to sbn.community. Top of the website, can't miss it. Tournament of Champions, click that. There is a link to our Discord server. Post your gamer tag, and if you're representing a league, post that league in there and get yourself one of the last remaining teams. We kick this event off July 1st. So get a team while they still last here. The first 16 teams in the bracket, the Joe Montana bracket, has been released. More brackets will be released here in the next few days. And also the final part of the point spread should drop sometime between tonight and tomorrow afternoon. So definitely check that out, guys. It's our last event, our Madden 19 event, our first tournament being held by SBN. And we're looking to host a Madden 20 event, hopefully bigger with more prizes. So let's get this thing moving.
And while we have a moment, I just want everyone to remind everyone of the partners. Doug Flutie's Maximum Football 2019. Soden has done a lot of special things with the guys over there, the studio. It's going to be a great game. We'll continue to promote that as well through Twitter, through all of our resources. Axis Football is another great game that we'll continue to promote, and then communities, the grown folks online. You have the XCFL, League Crawler, just the community in general. So check those guys out on our website as well.
Yeah, shout out to Any Given Sunday for joining the chat. And then everybody else that was in there. Nice to see you. Nice to see the activity. Just a great performance here. Congratulations, Mr. Wren. Hugs and kisses on your first Super Bowl. And Mr. Witness, congratulations on a fantastic season. We are out of here, guys. Have a good night. Later.
Have a good one.
See you guys. Thanks for broadcasting.
Yeah, of course.